Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch Mexico's best.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of celebrity green, synthetic putting greens, and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744.
From the Sandia foothills.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier sweet rolls.
Waiting to snap. Here it comes. Pressure coming once again. Picked up. Gives it to Price. He's got a lane. Picks up the first down. A block. Can he get across? And he does. A little spinneroonie at the 2.
Down on the block in the back. It's going to erase a beautiful return from Moorhead, who's still on his feet. All this running is for naught because the penalty is going to bring this one back. It's a shame because Moorhead just showed you what he can do as he gets pushed out of bounds at the 4-yard line.
It is a night game at Academy, but they got the roll-in portable light. So it's quarterback keeper Montoya. And he's in. Touchdown Huskies. So Hope immediately.
Back set. No one there to catch it at their apex. It'll be Ashley in the middle. How else is it going to end? Kaylin Ashley with force. Shotgun. Snap, gets it. Play action pass, fires. Breaking one tackle free. Nice move. There's a block. And this is going to go to the house. Touchdown time for Aiden Erickson.
Stan, the sports animal. Here's Jeff Symbieta and JJ Buck.
Well, you get to kick off your 4th week of the NFL season today. College football as well, but man, baseball is dominating because it is the final week of the regular season in baseball. Numbers mean so much in that game. 50 means a lot. 60 means even more. And when you're clinching divisions and flags and champagnes and it's a good time. Good morning, boys and girls, and Merry Thursday. Welcome to the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, The Sports Animal. Thank you for finding us this morning as you do every day. I am Jeff Symbieta. He is JJ Buck. How you living?
What it do?
You all right?
All right.
Rockies lost last night.
Was that a rerun?
No, I mean it's the latest version. I don't know what you're doing. Like everybody does their thing, right? I don't know how you live your life at your home. I grew up this way, and I've been doing sports talk radio or sports television for the last, I don't know, coming up on 35 years or whatever it is. So my evenings do tend to center around sports, right? What's on? You know, I haven't seen a lot of the drama series. I'm not a Bachelor guy. I haven't seen a lot of Survivor. That's what we do in our house, right? Because I do this every morning, and because I enjoy it. And the calendar cycles, right? So starting next week, there's going to be Conference USA football on Tuesday and Wednesday and Thursday, but the baseball playoffs are something. There's a couple of like when it turns, when the basketball and hockey playoffs start, I flip around. I know I got something really cool every night, and this week has been somewhat spectacular in that regards. Last night, Aaron Judge hit his 50th and 51st home run. All right, fourth time that he's gone over 50 home runs. It doesn't happen in Major League Baseball. It's history. Babe Ruth, Mark McGwire, and Sammy Sosa are the only other major leaguers to record 4 seasons with at least 50 home runs. It's a spectacular season. MVP, right? Well, probably not. Because up in the great Pacific Northwest, JJ, what number is greater than 50? 60 is a magical number. And Cal Raleigh, the big dumper, the Mariners catcher, hit number 51 and number 60 in a game in which the Mariners beat the Rockies 9-2, and the Mariners clinched their first division title since 2001. I got a little history with Seattle sports. It's been a long dry spell, and they love them some Mariners up there, and that place is going nuts. What's more spectacular to you? The fact that Aaron Judge is now one of 4 players in the history of the game, Ruth, McGwire and Sosa, right, to hit more than 50 home runs 4 times in a year, or the dumper going over 60, a guy that you didn't know his name when the season started. Did you know who he was? I mean, you know a lot. I didn't. I mean, I'm not too shy to tell you. Did you know who Cal Raleigh was?
Been on fantasy rosters before.
Okay. Yeah, I don't play fantasy baseball, so. But I'm gonna guess the average baseball fan outside of Seattle did not know what a Cal Raleigh was. If I'd have said he's the goalie for the Columbus Blue Jackets, he's the 37th ranked men's tennis player in the world, he's the catcher for the Mariners, or the head coach at James Madison. That'd have been a pretty good one, right? What's more impressive to you?
It's Cal Raleigh.
Yep.
Because we expect that from Aaron Judge. And that's the problem when you get to a certain level. When you do something that's, wow, it's not good enough. Because now for Aaron Judge, it's going to be like, all right, can you show up in October? Mm-hmm. Are you going to be able to lead that team in the postseason? Have some good postseason performances, because that's what it's about when you're the captain, or viewed as a captain of the New York Yankees. And for Cal Raleigh, he's had good offensive seasons. This is one of the best offensive seasons you're going to see from any player, and it's the best offensive season for a catcher that won't be caught for a long time, because these dudes are not going to be hitting 60 balls.
Yeah. He said, I didn't know if I'd hit 60 home runs in my life. He hit 60 this season. Context on the 60. And I gave you the number on the 50 and how many guys have done it 4 times. Judge becomes just the 4th ever to do that. Raleigh becomes only the 7th. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So he'd be 7th player in the history of the game to hit 60. Well, 4 is much more exclusive than 7. It is, but we're not talking about what's the greatest 4-year stretch. We're talking about who had the better year. The other guys who have hit 60 in a season, Babe Ruth did it in 1927. Roger Maris did it in 1961. McGwire did it in 98-99. Sosa did it in 98-99 and 2001. Bonds did it in 2001, and Judge did it in 2002. 60 is an exclusive club. He is a switch hitter, and he is a catcher. Look, man, I'm a big Aaron Judge guy. I love the way he plays. West Coast guy that's made it big in New York. I have zero qualms with, and I think he's become a lot better defensively. I think what he does out in right field is really good. I don't see in how you don't vote for Cal Raleigh for MVP. And the Mariners just clinched the division. And he's a switch hitter and he's a catcher.
Checks a ton of boxes.
I think he checks them all. Aaron Judge checks boxes too. And again, I just because you think I know I use this analogy all the time, but I'll do it again. If you think Michael Jordan's the best player ever, that doesn't mean you're dissing LeBron James. If you vote for Cal Raleigh, that doesn't mean you're saying I don't think Aaron Judge didn't have a great season. When I look at him side to side, and what's batting average is the big one that leans towards Judge, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll give him that. Who leads in RBI?
Going to be Cal Raleigh.
And he's a catcher, and he's a switch hitter, and he's done things that he broke Mantl's record for home runs as a switch hitter. He broke who had was it Perez who had the home run for or the record for home runs as a catcher? Salvador Perez.
Mm-hmm. And
he broke the Mariners record that was held by Ken Griffey Jr. And he led this team to its first division title since 2001. He's the best story in the game, and he's the MVP. And that doesn't mean I don't love me some Aaron Judge. I'm pretty sure you're on that train, right? You're on him for MVP?
Yes. Like, you have a 60 home run season, 125 RBIs. Like, Aaron Judge is having a great season. A player is having a greater season in Cal Raleigh. Because the Judge numbers are so crazy. Judge has 51 home runs, hitting 328.
Yeah, it's crazy.
But that dude has
Raleigh
60
hitting?
and 248.
All right.
But that dude is catching, switch hitting,
And leading the American
driving,
League in runs batted in.
is 125 to 109 in RBIs. Plays a premium defensive position.
Yep.
Cal Raleigh's award this year.
Yep. And that doesn't mean Judge didn't have a great year. Raleigh also, by the way, had a 2-run double in this game. So he finished with 4 RBI. He's got 125 this year and leads the American League in runs batted in. It's terrific. Elsewhere, Dodgers held on. Clayton Kershaw, Sasaki coming out of the bullpen yesterday as Dave Roberts tries to figure out what he's going to do with just a gruesome bullpen as the Dodgers get into the playoffs next week. And so they had to dig into some of their starters. Dodgers held on. Arizona scored 3 in the 8th. But the Dodgers win 5-4. San Diego loses, so that's back up to 2.5, that bulge, in the National League West. The Cubs beat the Mets with the Diamondbacks and the Reds losing. That means the Cubs are still holding on, right? By 1 game? Is that right? To the wild card? I believe that's correct. And then the Cleveland thing is just crazy. Cleveland beats Detroit 5-1 to continue that collapse. Detroit may not make the playoffs, JJ.
Possibility. Houston's right there, game back. And the Tigers just need one moment. You need one moment to stop this, and they can't find it.
They cannot find it. Yeah, they just can't. Boston won again yesterday, too. And then the Yankees and Blue Jays are now tied atop the American League East with 4 games left. You got some great baseball left, man. We got some great baseball left. The Yankees won yesterday, and the Blue Jays lost. And over the weekend, it's Yankees-Red Sox, right, this weekend, if I'm not mistaken? No, it's Yankees-Orioles. Yankees-Orioles. So they have one more with the White Sox, and then they get the Orioles at Yankee Stadium. The baseball's been terrific, and let's get into it if you want. 505-246-0610. That's how to get here today. Area code 505-246-0610. Your emails jump in at jeff@sportsanimalabq.com. JJ at sportsanimalabq.com. On the X, it's _JJ Buck. And we're on TV. Adrian's up this morning producing. You can find us on Xfinity Channel 26, on our Facebook page, the OD and the AM, and on the YouTube channel for ProView Networks. We got a good guest list for you today. It is rivalry week, and it will continue. Guy going to play in his first New Mexico State game. He represents the Lobos. He is, 2 weeks ago, was the Mountain West Conference Defensive Player of the Week. Jackson Eck, the linebacker for the University of New Mexico. He will join us coming up at 8 o'clock this morning. 8:30 this morning, we go out and talk with our good friend Jerry Palm from Palm Brackets and get a national perspective, his thoughts on John Mateer going down. You got gigantic games this weekend. How about Alabama, Georgia? And it's like, yeah, but that's not the game. Like, when was Alabama, Georgia not the game? The game is Penn State, Oregon, isn't it?
Yes. 1A and 1B right there.
I mean.
But just in terms of the pop, because it's still Bama, Georgia. However,
Penn State, Oregon.
Penn State, Oregon's the game.
I think I got to watch that on my phone. Is that a day game? I think I got to watch that on my phone while I'm sitting at University Stadium, which is fine. Please don't think I'm complaining. Oh, and get your tickets because they're going. 505-246-0610. I want to hear from you today. When we get back, got some NFL stuff, injuries, updates, and, of course, the Cardinals and the Seahawks. Tonight, to kick off your week, it'll be right here on your home for the National Football League, 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal. When we get back, the latest on the injury updates around the National Football League. Tommy, and he had to defend himself. We'll get into that as well. And at some point today, we have not hit on this, and I had on my list every day, JJ. I got to get into this whole lawsuit against New Mexico and New Mexico State in regards to disclosing NIL pay and people losing their mind, because I want your thoughts on it. I've got a lot of thoughts on it, maybe perspectives that people haven't really considered. So we'll get into that. Hey, you're out and about. Who's watching your home? The bad guys are out there. So are the good guys. I've worked with the good guys for years. That's IPS, International Protective Service. They protect my home. It is affordable, private security. There's an officer shortage. There's a crime problem. This is a time where we need private security, and that's what IPS does. They protect what you've worked hard to build. You see them everywhere, right? You see them in your neighborhood. You see them in the stores. Why? Because they keep the bad guys away, and many times they catch criminals in the act and detain them so the police come and get them. What they do for you is a lot of things, man. They'll provide standing guards if you want eyes on your property around the clock. They'll install alarms and camera systems, a state-of-the-art facility monitoring those cameras 24/7, raising the level of security around your home and business. They do patrols around your home. When I travel, they come by a number of times a day. They pick up mail if I ask, newspapers if you have newspapers delivered, packages on your porch that are delivered. They'll roll the garbage cans to the curb and back, making sure that your property is safe. Look, you've worked too hard to build what you've got, to have the bad guys just come in and destroy it. Don't wait to be a victim. Call IPS and have them protect what you've worked hard to build. The number's 505-897-2420, area code 505-897-2420. They're online at ipsglobal.com. International Protective Services, passionate about making Albuquerque and Santa Fe better and safer places to live and work.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com. We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS Network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of celebrity green synthetic putting greens and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier sweet rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS Network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are One Eastern.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove.
How come I didn't get my player? What I want to know. Fantasy football. You got a lot of fantasy football. You're looking at your rosters and what the hell happened? Who do I play? You got a lot of guys injured. It's the opening drive. Jeff Symbieta, JJ Buck. Start tonight with the Seahawks and the Cardinals. Game's right here on 95.9 FM. At AM 670, Sports Animal starts at 5 o'clock. Your coverage does. All right, so a couple of injuries that you put on here. Ricky Pearsall, am I worried about that? Didn't practice yesterday. He is claiming he'll play. What's his injury?
Sounds more like load management for Mr. Pearsall right now.
All right, because he's the only healthy receiver they got, right?
Yes.
Jennings has been banged up. Ayuk is out. Kittle's out. Pearsall's been a great pick. I drafted him in 3 leagues.
3rd in the NFL in receiving yards.
Yeah, I drafted him in 3 leagues.
Is things you have to take into account with players, potential breakouts, whether you're talking fantasy football or real life, is what did that team invest in them? And that shows the level of talent. Yep. It was a first-round pick.
Yep.
And that will also mean that as long as they're on the right side of the coaching staff, they're going to find a way to get their opportunity, find a way to put them in the offense. And that's with Ricky Pearsall. Even though those guys were healthy, he's still a starting wide receiver. But now with everyone out of the lineup, he's showing his ability to be wide receiver 1.
Which has been, I looked at, when I drafted him, I just all of those things, and you get those little things back from Yahoo or whatever site it is, and gives you your draft grade. and it laughed at me because, oh, you overpaid. His average draft position is this, and you took him 27 spots higher, whatever it was. I'm like, really? And then you start questioning yourself. And then I'm like, bleep you, computer.
Don't listen to an AI-generated draft report
Yeah.
on ADP, which is just rankings of all of us drafting randomly when every league is so different.
Yeah, no, he's been good to me. All right, so he's played 63 of 65 offensive snaps last week. And he said he began feeling something in his knee. So watch the Ricky Pearsall thing. I'm running out of dudes, by the way. Giants wide receiver Malik Neighbors. Well, they threw at him twice the other day? Well, he caught 2 passes. I think they threw at him 4 times. He didn't practice yesterday. Shoulder injury. Jackson Dart needs him. He landed on that shoulder. Remember late in the game they threw deep to him and he landed on his shoulder, and him and the DB were slow to get up. So that's what you're dealing with there. But he stayed in the game, so keep an eye on what's going on with Malik Neighbors. Zach Charbonnet did not play last week. He's the Seahawks running back. He could come back tonight. Watch the inactives and actives tonight. He missed last week with a foot injury. He's listed as questionable. He might be somebody you want to play tonight. And then Panthers first-round pick, Teteroa McMillan, did not go yesterday. Calf injury. Hunter Renfrow also out yesterday. Xavier Legette's dealing with a hamstring injury, so they're depleted as well. I mean, everybody you got on your roster's hurt. Everybody, it's week 4. Everybody you got is struggling right now. That's the latest for that. Meanwhile, I cannot wait for this week to be over only for this. I am so over Micah going back to the Cowboys.
You're over it?
I am. I don't care. Look, with all due respect, dude played 4 years. He didn't have a legendary career and win Super Bowls and championships and this is nothing against Micah Parsons because he's only in his 5th year of the NFL. He did everything he could do. We're treating this like it's Tom Brady going back to New England. We're treating it like Matthew Stafford when he went back to Detroit. A guy who spent a decade plus and won a bunch there, although the Lions never won a lot. I don't know, man. Is it wrong that I don't care anymore. I'm over it. It's a really, really, really bad team against a pretty good team. It should be a blowout. And I don't care what Jerry says. Well, Michael. No, his name's Micah. It's not Michael. And Micah says, I want my tribute video to be a win. I don't know.
Well, I care what Jerry Jones says because I'm team content, and it gets the people going.
All right.
Is it the biggest thing this weekend in the NFL? No, but it's a fantastic storyline because all of a sudden, once Micah Parsons got traded, everyone tried to make him the scapegoat of why they couldn't stop the run, and it's like you had 4 years with Micah Parsons not making $188 million to invest in other parts of that front seven, and to make Parsons a scapegoat, and it's just more of Jerry Jones spinning his head that that was the right time to do it, yada yada yada. Yeah, it's one where, and I like Micah Parsons. He says I don't need a tribute video. I'm good. The fans, if they respect me, awesome.
Yeah, he was asked, do you think it's disrespectful that you're not getting a tribute? Quote, no, there's a lot of things I can consider disrespectful throughout this process, but I won't say the tribute is one of them. I would say just think there's hard feelings maybe there for them. But for me, I'm happy where I'm at, and we got a really good football team, so I guess I can receive my tribute in a win, I hope. I don't even know what that means. So there's a lot of hard feelings for them. For them, from them? Who's got the hard? Who's all butthurt? Everybody? Nobody? What?
I think I got watching Parsons, say that comment. He says the stuff behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Just Jerry, manager, all
He's
that
pissed
stuff.
at Jerry.
Yeah, there's hard feelings there, but he doesn't have any animosity to Cowboy fans or anything.
He wants to beat him up because he knows it'll hurt Jerry. Yeah, he's got to say you don't have hard feelings and then say, well, but How is he going to be received by the fans and say, quote, I think Dallas loves me. I think they're going to give me a good round of applause. There's no hard feelings there, at least from me. I think it's going to be, like I said, it's going to be a great atmosphere. Cowboy fan will love on him, just like they loved on Luka. Right? And I don't know, is this story compounded because it's that same fan base that got kind of done the same way twice in one calendar year, the Luka thing and then this thing?
It's there. Now, we know Michael Parsons isn't that same caliber of player just in terms of being able to impact the game a certain way, but it's really funny how all of a sudden, like, Michael Parsons gets traded, and it's like, well, he's not that good, and, Dallas, yeah, he really didn't do anything for the team. Okay, he's a pass rusher. There's, like, two dudes that changed the game that way defensively.
I think
Myles Garrett and T.J. Watt, and really just Myles Garrett now.
I think he's most bitter about is he didn't get a refund on his suite. He had to buy a suite. I mean, that's how players get suites. It's revenue. They got to buy a suite, which is cool. I have no problem with that. But they wouldn't refund his suite, so he's packed it out with his people. If you're into that thing, man, if that's your storyline this week, cool. I'd love to hear about it. 505-246-0610. Cowboy fan, I know you're big on this. It's a big game. Or is this just one you want to see into? Because I don't know a Cowboy fan who's really, really excited about this game. Do you? Cowboy fan is looking at this like, damn, can we just get this over with? Micah going to come in. He's going to wreak havoc. He's going to dance. He's going to have his way. He's going to rub in our face. And can we just get out of it? Do you see a way Dallas wins this game? CeeDee Lamb is out.
A way that makes sense.
I mean, things happen all the time. No CeeDee Lamb, no defense. A pissed-off, motivated Green Bay team on the other side. Relatively healthy. Motivated. And they want to come in and just pump you. Is the spread still 6.5? Can I I would have secured it at 6.5 or a 3 for all. I'd like to still keep it there. It's at 6.5. All right, Jackson X is going to be with us, the Lobo linebacker, coming up at 8 o'clock this morning. Talk to him about Lobo football, the rivalry, the atmosphere. He doesn't know much before when he and his dad got here, but he's heard about it. Just his thought on the first 3 games and how do you temper the excitement and how do you keep focus on the task at hand coming off of the bye week and the win against UCLA, which now seems like a month and a half ago. So we'll do that with him coming up at 8 o'clock. You're welcome to get in at 505-246-0610. Can we get into this this law? It's been on my mind for a long time. I want to get into this lawsuit that's been filed against New Mexico and New Mexico State for disclosure and what it could mean. And I want your thoughts on it. Do you feel that you need to know how much the quarterback, the linebacker, the offensive lineman make? And if you feel that, I'm curious why. And I'll tell you why. I don't believe it's taxpayer money, although it's public money. I think there's a difference. So we'll get into all that when we get back. Hey, it's football time. You're always looking for a place to go. I got your front row seat, and it's Twin Peaks. Catch every NFL game at Twin Peaks with 29-degree drafts, scratch food with scenic views. And Dallas Cowboy fans, do not miss your chance to get to win an authentic jersey every game day. All day long. Fireball shots at Twin Peaks, $3.99. All day, every day. So go out there, spice up your next watch party. Don't break the bank. It's football, it's fireball, and it's free jerseys. A winning lineup at Twin Peaks, your ultimate game day destination. And if you love you some bourbon, like I do, get over to Twin Peaks. They got an exclusive collection of rare bourbons, whiskeys, tequila. Plus, they have barrel selects that are handpicked just for you. And now brunch is on the menu at Twin Peaks. So you can wake up with scratch favorites and classic brunch drinks that will not break the bank. It's late night. You got Twin Peaks there as well. They got you covered. Best food and cocktails after dark. So whatever time you roll in, Twin Peaks will be ready.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. TurboThreads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. TurboThreads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for TurboThreads.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gala Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are one Eastern.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
Well, I'm going.
That, hey, they look at it and they're like, well, you know, the Yankees could be probably not a World Series team, but they could definitely be a playoff team without Aaron Judge.
Yeah, I think the people who take.
But I don't think that. Go ahead.
The people who take the word valuable, I think there's so many interpretations of this award. Is it the best player? Is it the most? The ones who say this is about the most valuable player, I think they take that into consideration. There's no real definition of how to vote for this award.
Yeah. And, I mean, they're both having a hell of a year. And if Aaron Judge, I'd be like, well, I can't say that he doesn't deserve it, but I'm hoping for Cal Raleigh because, he's had a hell of a year. And I look at, you're in the toughest physically on your body position in baseball.
No doubt.
You're a switch hitter, and you're doing this, and you're also playing catching. I mean, that's a tremendous amount. I like that the Cubs could hold on to their lead last night and not let the Mets come back in the game. Disappointed in the Diamondbacks. Final thing on the Dodgers, who I'm not a fan of, but I try to be realistic. I don't think you can be a World Series team this late in the year with a bullpen that stinks as bad as they do. They brought in Kershaw last night, who this is last year. We all love to see Kershaw, but as a reliever to try to hold on to the lead. He only had to pitch one inning, and that's great. But that team, the Dodgers, they'll be in the playoffs. They're not a World Series team. You just can't be playing this bad.
I agree with you.
Have this bad.
And Miguel, not only Kershaw, it's Sasaki too. They're using two starters out of the bullpen because he realizes his bullpen is a freaking gas can, and he's got to start figuring out how I'm going to deal with this over the next week or two or however long I last. And they went through 8 pitchers yesterday. Kershaw came in and threw an inning and was really good. Sasaki went through an inning. He struck out 2. He was good. It's when you get into Dreyer and Vesia and Wroblewski and Trinan that you got a problem.
Right.
Yeah,
well, you guys have a good day. I'm calling in tomorrow talking about this UNM NMSU rivalry. Beautiful. It's going to be a big game.
Beautiful. All right, we'll see you. All right, I got to get into this, and I don't know that I got time. We're going to start this conversation now. It's going to end later. So, JJ, back earlier in the month, I think it was, the New Mexico Foundation for Open Government filed lawsuits against New Mexico and New Mexico State University of New Mexico and New Mexico State. And basically, they want to know all the details on the revenue sharing information, that any money that is being given to student athletes. They believe that your taxpayer money, you should know where all your taxpayer money goes. And to me, there's a difference between taxpayer money and public money. A lot of that money is donations. A lot of it, right? It's not all taxpayer money, but it all is going. And I don't know how you divide. And you're playing semantics here. There's open information acts that universities have to, because they're public universities. USC doesn't. Notre Dame doesn't. But public universities have got to share any information, emails, contracts with the media or the public, anybody who asks for it. This is not being shared. This is information across the country that is not being shared. How do you feel about this? Do you feel it should be public information?
I think as it evolves, yes.
Okay.
Especially with revenue sharing, which is essentially your salary cap.
Mm-hmm.
I think it will be out there, actually.
Do you think it'll be out there universally or just here in New Mexico?
Well, I think it's something that everyone doesn't want to be out there, so it won't be universal.
Well, certainly not everyone.
Yeah.
I mean, there you got, the NMFOG, and Nick Nunez is on this as well from the, he works for the Pitt Press, right? He's on this lawsuit. Can I give you the problems? And this is where sometimes, Nick Nunez covers for the Pitt Press, and they're big Lobo fans, right? The Pitt Press is, and that's right, Tamari, and that's their deal, right? They cover the Lobos. They're big Lobo. I mean, and I think that's great. I think this ends up hurting you. First of all, what does it do in your locker room? Offensive lineman finds out, I'm better than you, and then he finds out what you're making. And
do you think they don't know what they're making?
I don't. Yeah, I think they're absolutely. That's right. Yeah, I don't believe everybody knows what everybody's making. Yeah. Here's the other thing. If New Mexico ends up having to be public, and Texas as a state does not, and Florida does not, and California and Arizona, and New Mexico is the only one, I think your roster is just going to get raided. I think people are going to go, wow, look at that tight end. That's all he's making. Come here, kid. We're going to pay you triple that because we know what you're making. I think there's a really dangerous slope there. Unless everybody does it, kind of like in pro sports. And people are telling me, well, this is pro sports. And I hear you. I think if New Mexico as a state is forced to do this and everybody else is not, these two universities are at a large disadvantage in regards to keeping players happy. If they're the only ones where everybody's got to know what everybody makes. But you know what? I'm going to go to Colorado State because I don't have to deal with that crap. I think that puts both these two institutions at a huge disadvantage.
I think it's a fair conversation, but you really think that those dudes are tight-lipped enough that people don't know what they're making?
Do you know what I make? Do I know what you make? Do you know what the guy down the hall makes? I mean, if we're calling this a workplace, how many people talk about what they make?
Well, I think in that business of college athletics now, a lot of agents, etc., are probably figuring that out, and it's being bounced around regardless of if it's out there or not when you're in the transfer portal and where you're going.
I think at that point, agents are going, and by the way, they're not always honest, and so maybe this helps with that. They offered this, and so they throw that around. I know we got to take this.
It might help clean things up if it's universal, because we hear it a lot of time where, and I'm sure you've heard plenty of stories, probably even more than me at this point in time, of fake offers and how you're supposed to know.
It happens all the time. I want to continue this because, to your point, if it's a universal thing, I could see where it can be okay. But if New Mexico's got to do something that the rest of the country does not, I think it puts these two institutions at a even further disadvantage. We can get into that at 505-246-0610. We can sit down in my chair and we can talk about it. Somebody was in my office yesterday. He's like, "Is that the chair you talk about all the time?" Yeah. Well, it's really nice. Yeah. No, my beautiful custom chair from Mike Waring at Mustang Home Goods is not just really nice. It's beautiful. It's got the Isleta New Mexico Bowl logo on it. It's comfortable. It's wonderful. He sat in. He's like, "Wow, it is really comfortable too." Yep, that's what I got. You can have one as well. MustangHomeGoods.com is the site. Book a consultation with Mike and talk to him about creating beautiful art in your home. Usable art. It's not furniture. It's art that you can sit in, that you can use. Bedroom, living room, dining room, patio, office. You want something that is stunning, that can be a talking piece, that is gorgeous and comfortable? Call Mike. Take a look at the website. Bounce around and look what they do. This isn't just furniture. It is usable art. And what he does is use adjustable ergonomics. So he adjusts to custom fit a chair, let's say, for you. Maybe you can't find a chair that's super comfortable. You got an injury, your back hurts, you got to sit in a certain, he'll make the chair fit you. You don't go shopping for furniture now. You go out and shopping for something that works for you. You get to tell your story in your home and have something that is gorgeous. Mike is a retired Navy officer. This is what he does now, man. He pours his heart into creating custom furniture for people of all shapes and all sizes. Have something beautiful in your home, something that is a talking piece and something that you are going to love. Usable art in your home, Mustang Home Goods. Go to the website, bounce around MustangHomeGoods.com, then book a consultation with Mike, and he will build something stunning for you. And again, if you're looking for that gift, for that person who buys everything for themselves for the holidays, get in now, because it takes a minute to get this done. MustangHomeGoods.com is your spot. MustangHomeGoods.com. Tell your story in your home with Mustang Home Goods.
This report is sponsored by the
Going to the frontier, walking to the cash.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of celebrity green, synthetic putting greens, and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gala Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66, built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com. High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and frontier sweet rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66, built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
TurboThreads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. TurboThreads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for TurboThreads.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Boswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family.
You need to know. I know you want to know. I know you want to. You feel you need to know NIL amounts for every Lobo and every Ag. Mike says, I'm all for the lawsuit, Jeff Alou. I can go to Sunshine Portal and see exactly how much the chemistry professor makes. I can do an IPRA and see exactly how much J.J. Buck bills for his services. So why shouldn't we be able to know how much the quarterback and the kicker makes? All right, fair question. I would. So why do people need to know? Because they should be able to know, because it's my money, because it's my taxpayer money. Is that kind of the argument?
That's not my argument for it.
Okay.
But you'd have to ask that question to the people that are filing that lawsuit. And
well, they claim that they're trying
want
to protect
to know because, you know, as you laid out, the taxpayer money, our money, my money. Mine, it would just be more, you want to be professionals. There's salaries in professional sports, and sometimes a player that's not playing as good as you, guess what, has a bigger contract. So put your big boy pants on and deal with it. I think it would help with a lot of the behind closed doors, false advertising, trying to get you in the transfer portal because you promise stuff that's not there.
So, in pro sports, they're signing contracts. I got a 3-year deal. I'm here next year. I'm here the year out, right? They can't leave. In this scenario, you get pissed off, you just jump in the transfer portal and they'll get a better deal, or hope you get better. So do you think this would be beneficial or detrimental to the University of New Mexico and New Mexico State University if they are forced to disclose these numbers and they're, I use this term a lot, peer institutions, whether that means the teams in their league or the rest of college athletics, are not required? If New Mexico ends up being the only or one of the only states that is required to do this, do you think that's a good thing or a bad thing?
If it's them and no one else, then it's not a positive.
Yeah. And that's where I am.
Then it's going to be used against you. But as the process moves forward to try to play this game of no hurt feelings, like, that's gone, man. Like, there's going to be a dude that ends up getting a bigger offer than you and you're a better player than him.
Happens all the time. There's going to be a guy who comes in who's making a couple grand a month, and this guy's making a couple $100,000, and you're better than him, and you beat him out, and you outplay him. It happens. Rookies beat out veterans, and rookies are on rookie contracts, and veterans are making a bunch of money in the NFL. Here's where my whole thing is, and this is why I think this is misguided. I think it is doing a disservice, if this goes through, to the New Mexico schools. Yeah, cool. You'll know what the quarterback makes. You'll feel better about that. So you can yell. It's not going to mean they're paying him any less. So now you can yell and say, I can't believe my taxpayer money is going to pay that guy that much. Okay. So now you know exactly how much. You know it's a lump sum, but as opposed to you're going to get pissed off at that. Cool. Makes you feel better. That's fine. But if everybody else is not required to do the same thing, and as of now they're not, and I see nothing coming on the horizon unless there's one of these lawsuits in every state. And I promise these guys did not go and sue Texas Tech. Want to know how much money each player's paid, or Nevada, or Colorado State. You know, they don't care. If this goes through, and New Mexico is the only state that has to do this, and then everybody can just look at your roster and go, damn, dude, that's a really good offensive lineman. He's only making that? Dude, he'll come here for, I mean, we could have, I got a guy making 18 times that. Let's pay him 3 times. He'll come here. You're going to just get your roster poached even more. Jeff, we're already getting our rosters poached. Okay. Let's just go ahead and make it easier for everybody else. I understand where you're going with this. Oh, we need to know. Do you need to know? You don't need to know. You want to know. Somehow it'll make you feel better, feel worse, because then you'll be pissed off. When you start finding out the point guard's making 4 times as much as you are, you're going to be way more pissed off. But all right, if you need to know. But I just think it puts them at an incredible disadvantage competitively and absolutely low play. All right, Jackson X is going to be with us. He's the global linebacker. It is rivalry week. Going to catch up with the guy who a week ago was the Mountain West Defensive Player of the Week. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 670 Sports Animal.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of celebrity green, synthetic putting greens, and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom. Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King. And now that's a fire.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gala Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of celebrity green synthetic putting greens and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744. Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier sweet rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com.
FM and AM 610, the sports animal. Here's Jeff Symbieta and JJ Buck.
Big weekend around here. Tickets are going fast from what I hear. Everybody wants to get out there, and it's going to be a good day Saturday at University Stadium. Lobos and Aggies, the 115th time New Mexico and New Mexico State will play football. It is the renewal of the rivalry, the Rio Grande rivalry, the rivalry of enchantment, whatever you like to call it. It'll be 2 o'clock out of University Stadium. It's the opening drive. Jeff Symbieta and JJ Buck. Thanks for finding us on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal. Our next guest was named Mountain West Conference Defensive Player of the Week a couple of weeks ago, coming off of the big Lobo win at UCLA. He is Lobo's leading tackler and coming off a terrific season at Idaho, in which he earned FCS All-America honors and first-team All-Big Sky honors. Lobo linebacker Jackson Eck joins us this morning on the Sports Animal. Good morning, Jackson. How you living?
I'm doing good. I appreciate you guys having me on.
No, appreciate you spending some time with us. Hey, how's the transition been? I mean, numbers-wise, just watching you fly all over the field, it looks like the transition from FCS to FBS has gone incredibly smoothly for you as you've been terrific. Better, slower, faster than you expected, exactly what you expected? How's it gone so far?
Yeah, I'd say it's kind of what I expected. We last year at Idaho, we had a couple FBS games. We played Oregon and Wyoming. You kind of got a feel for it then. But it's been great. I've loved playing here. Love our team, and I just think we're going to keep getting better. And I think having being tested against like 2 Big Ten teams early in the year, like Michigan and UCLA, that's going to set us up for the rest of the year and have us ready to go.
Yeah, when you come down here and your dad gets the job, take over New Mexico, and the portal opens up. Was it? I know a lot of people just figure it was a no-brainer. You were coming down here. The way I understand it, it wasn't that simple. What was the process for you when you got into the portal? Your dad, your family's moving down here. For your decision to come play at the University of New Mexico.
Yeah, it was kind of a crazy couple weeks. I kind of thought my whole career I'd be at Idaho. So when he took this job, I wasn't for sure what I wanted to do. I didn't know if I wanted to stay. I didn't know if I wanted to come with him or look at my other options. But I ended up going into the portal just to kind of see what options I had. But in the back of my head, I kind of knew I was going to end up coming here. I had to get hip surgery after the season last year, so I didn't want to go somewhere new, to a new staff with having to get surgery where I couldn't prove myself right away. And also, our strength coach from Idaho came with too, so I knew he'd be great helping me through rehab. So that's kind of what went into it, but I've been so happy to be here, and it's been awesome.
Somebody once told me if your son's going to play for you at Division I athletics, you better be the worst player on the team or the best player on the team. And so far, you've been the best player on defense. How much, when you are interacting with Jason Eck during the football season, how much is it Coach Eck and how much of it is Dad?
Yeah, I think we do a pretty good job of separating home from football and being the coach. He's kind of an oversee guy. He's not only working with the offense or with the defense. So I honestly don't talk to him even that much throughout the week. But I like it because I get to see him more. Growing up as a coach's kid, he's always at the office during the season, and then he has to go out recruiting in the off season. So getting to see him more is really cool. But I think we go about it the right way. He's probably harder on me than maybe some other guys, but that's what I want. I don't want to be treated any different. And yeah, it's been good.
Global linebacker Jackson Eck is with us on the Sports Animal.
Jackson, with that, growing up, when you have, whether it's, a family member, a dad, mom, that's in pro sports and doing something, a lot of people just assume that's what you're going to do. Were you always a football kid? Did you play other things? When did you really fall in love with the game?
Yeah, I'd say growing up I played a lot of sports. I really just loved competing in general, loved playing sports. I played football, basketball, and baseball growing up. I'd say football and basketball were probably my two favorites. My dad, his dad was a college basketball coach, so my dad was also a big basketball guy. But yeah, I like both of them. But I think once I got to high school, I kind of knew football was probably my best sport and something I wanted to pursue further.
And so where did the mentality come from? See ball, get ball, you're always around it, you're always there making the hit, just that mindset of playing linebacker, where did that come from for you?
Yeah, I think ever since I was little, I always loved playing defense. I think some kids prefer being on offense and getting the ball, but I always loved playing defense and running around and tackling. I feel like I was always pretty physical, even as a little kid. But I think I've also had a lot of really good coaches that kind of just instilled in me to play really hard. So I think that's really all linebacker and defense in general is. If you're playing really hard and running the ball, good things are going to happen. So I just try and have that mindset whenever I play, and yeah.
I always thought it was more fun to hit people than get hit. It was always
no doubt.
My concept on the defensive side. Jackson Eck's with us. All right, Lobos and Aggies this weekend. What did you know maybe 3 weeks ago about this rivalry, and maybe going into it? I read in the paper today, guys talking about I hate those guys, and maybe that's good, maybe it's not. Whatever rivalries are, you were part of the Idaho State rivalry. Montana State's a big deal. There's rivalries. This one runs deep in this state, and it's an interesting year because for the first time since 1964, both teams have a winning record at 2-1, so it means a lot. What have you learned about it?
Yeah, I think even right when we got here in the spring, you just could, anyone that talked about it, you could just feel the kind of the passion about the rivalry, which is really exciting. The game definitely means more, especially to people in the community. So I think that kind of just is fueling us. We want to continue to give them something to cheer about it and continue to grow the support for our program. And rivalry games are what make college football so great. So just excited to get to play in that and it looks like we're gonna have a really cool atmosphere.
Yeah.
So excited about that.
I asked both coaches, Jason Eck and Tony Sanchez, about this. With guys transferring so much, but I'd love your perspective on it. Is in that locker room, I think there was 70-something new guys, and maybe 30 have been part of this. Did the rivalries period mean as much as maybe they did in your dad's day or our day or whatever? Because you're here, you're there. It is when you're somewhere for 4 or 5 years, man, that place just really gets into your blood. But if you move around a couple of times, does it mean as much?
Yeah, I think that's kind of a tricky thing with college football now. Just with you going to new teams every year, you kind of have to get educated on the rivalry. But I think anytime you're playing like an in-state game, you're kind of playing for like the bragging rights of the state. So I think all the guys understand this game means something different, and we're ready to go out and get a win.
With all those new players that came in this year, how has the coaching staff been able to bring you guys together so quickly and have this foundation where there is a lot of confidence? I know you guys are hungry, especially the defense. You guys call yourselves the Mutts, but to be able to be at this point in the season with this much confidence, what have the coaches been able to do to bring you guys together?
Yeah, I think that was another big reason why I came here. I knew that the staff would do a great job bringing us together. We do a lot of different things. In the off season and even now during the season, we do these things called non-football meetings, where like we split up into just random groups throughout the team, not like by position, just all guys on the team, all different classes, all different positions. We meet with a random position coach, and they'll like ask us random questions, not even about football, and you kind of just get to know your teammates more, laugh. There's some funny questions in there, and then we also even throughout fall camp, we had a lot of different team bonding things. We went bowling, we went to an Isotopes game, we went to a soccer game, we went to an arcade. We did a bunch of different things. I think all those little things kind of add up and make you closer as a team. And then I think just going to battle with each other, now having a few games under our belt, I think we're just continuing to grow closer together.
Who initiates those meetings and those sorts of things? The players? Is it staff? Where does it all come from?
It comes from the coaching staff. Back in Idaho, we did the non-football meetings too. I think my dad got it from Coach Stig at South Dakota State. But yeah, it's a big part of what we do, and yeah, it's a great part of our program.
Yeah. I want to go back to the first two games. You played at Autzen Stadium last year, which is a really, really cool atmosphere. But your first time you go into New Mexico uniform, you go in the big house, 100-something thousand people. You're flying all over the place. Guys on NBC are loving you. Then you go to the Rose Bowl and you beat them. And I asked your dad this, and I've asked other people this. I know you went into the Rose Bowl expecting to beat UCLA. You go into every game expecting to win. Was there when you ran that in your mind before the game, did you ever expect dominating them, beating them the way you beat them?
Yeah, I think you honestly just never know at the football game because so many different things can happen. So I think we just knew if we played well, we could really take it to them. But I didn't necessarily know that would be like a 25-point win. And it probably could have been more if we don't shoot ourselves in the foot a couple times. So I wouldn't say necessarily we expected to win by this much or we expected to blow them out. But I think we were really confident if we came in and execute, we could definitely get a win.
How good can this team be? I know they talk bowl game or conference championships is always a goal, but even Coach Eck said, I don't know that we're going to win a championship this first year, but I think we're going to be better and we can be bowl eligible. How good is this team, and do you think differently now than maybe you did before you played these first three games?
Yeah, I think the kind of message we've been having is we can be as good as we want to be. We feel like the coaches are saying if we lose another game on our schedule, it's not because we're not talented enough. We have all the talent we need, all the pieces we need. It's just about executing. And college football, you see every week, not always the better team wins. Crazy things happen every week. You got to bring it every week. So that's our message, just trying to be consistent and go 1-0 every week, and just see where that takes us.
All right, how much New Mexico have you kind of absorbed? Never mind just football. Whether it's the food, the culture, Balloon Fiesta's coming up. You got your brothers and your siblings are in school. how much have you been able to get into the food, the culture, the chili, whatever it happens to be?
Yeah, I'd say definitely got into the food like right away when I got here. Like on my visit, we went to a lot of good local spots like Frontier, El Pinto, a bunch of different spots like that. Those were really good. And then also just kind of seeing around. I went up. My girlfriend came in May. She's on the track team at Idaho, but we went to like the tram, up on the tram to on the mountain. So that was really cool. We went to also Cliffs, the amusement park. So we're doing a lot of different things around town. There's a lot of fun stuff to do, but it's been great.
Attaboy. Well, keep it up. Congratulations on the early success. Should be a really fun atmosphere. It's the Lobos and the Aggies, and for a lot of people, it says it all, and should have a good crowd out there. Jackson, appreciate you spending some time with us. Good luck, not just this weekend, the rest of the season.
Awesome. Appreciate you guys.
All right, be well. Jackson Eck, Lobo linebacker, leading tackler. Always enjoy that. And a couple of those stories I didn't know. I didn't know they do. Did you know they do the non-football meetings?
I did not know that.
Kind of love that. I did know, but I wanted to hear it from him. You know, the whole thought process on when his dad got the job here, and you know, was it guaranteed he was coming? And then you know, the whole dad, you know, coach thing. Like how much is he dad and how much is he coach at? You know, and it seems like because that can go sour as we've seen around here, right?
Yeah, and what you laid out, you either need to be like the best player or you're on the end of the bench and you come in late in games. I think it's a realization. You know, there's so much that goes on. You have position coaches, you have a defensive coordinator, you have practice meetings, everything else that's going on. So you have that space where it's not just like, yeah, the head coach is your dad, but he's not just looking over your shoulder the entire time.
Really cool. You can react to what you heard from Jackson Eck, the Lobo leading tackler, headed into New Mexico State on Saturday at University Stadium. 505-246-0610 is how to get to us. Area code 505-246-0610. Emails, of course, coming in Jeff at sportsanimalabq.com and JJ at sportsanimalabq.com. Go see my jeweler. He'll be your jeweler as well. John Thomas Jewelers is the spot. It is different, and that is a wonderful thing. They're not in the mall. You're not going to bounce off them in the mall somewhere. You got to go to the third floor of the Lewis University building on Louisiana, one block south of Manal, right across the Coronado Mall. And you'll understand it the second you walk in, just like I did. The first time I walked in, it was just different. And the service and the quality and what they have and their state-of-the-art design center right there on premises that they can design anything you want. But if you're getting engaged, there is no other spot because they have created something called the No Regrets engagement ring. How do you know she's going to love the ring? You kind of love it, but do you know she's going to love it? Any ring you buy or design at John Thomas Jewelers, and they got over 3,000 of them right now for you to look at, and you can create something that's absolutely custom. You'll see it in 3D, preview it in 3D printed wax before they put it into precious metal, so you'll see exactly what it is. But if she wants something different, you've got an entire year to redesign that ring after you propose. No penalty, even on custom-made rings. All of their rings come with a free lifetime nationwide warranty. Their diamonds are hand-selected by John Thomas Jewelers in Antwerp, Belgium, which is the diamond capital of the world. It is the No Regrets engagement ring. It is exclusively at John Thomas Jewelers. Go again. Third floor, Lewis University building. On Louisiana, one block south of Manaus on the east side of the street. Go by, see why they've been voted the best jeweler in Albuquerque 5 straight years. Voted one of America's coolest jewelry stores. It is John Thomas Jewelers, where Albuquerque gets engaged.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of celebrity green, synthetic putting greens, and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744. Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier sweet rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are One Eastern.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gala Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
TurboThreads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. TurboThreads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for TurboThreads.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep. All your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Marty Size in Albuquerque today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family.
Move it to 7.5 or 8.5. Put it in plus money and go make your money, because as difficult as it is going to be for the Aggies to move the ball against the Lobos,
It's going to be harder for the
it is going to be even more difficult for the Cowboys to move the ball against the Packers.
Yep.
So they've shown no ability to protect Dak except in that game, I think against the Giants, which I think is a fluke. And so go get your money, put that spread in plus money, go 8.5. Go 10, go crazy. Do an alternative spread and go get your money today. Have a good day.
Later.
Let's go Lobos. Aggies, you still suck.
All right. I don't think he's wrong on the Cowboys thing, by the way. Cowboy thing, I mean, what's the number you're going to stop betting the Packers at? 10.5? 12.5? Right?
13.5.
Yeah, we're getting there. All right, Jerry Palm, when we get back, he is Palm's Brackets. We're going to take a look at the weekend in college football. His thoughts on John Mateer, the Heisman frontrunner, breaking his hand, firing of Mike Gundy at Oklahoma State. We got Oregon, Penn State, Alabama, Georgia, LSU, Mississippi, LSU, Ole Miss, and TCU, Arizona State, just to name a few. Jerry Palm's next on the opening drive on 95.9 FM at AM 670 Sports Animal.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS Network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch Mexico's best.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are One Eastern.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
TurboThreads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. TurboThreads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for TurboThreads.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
We would like to thank the
game out at University Stadium. First time since 1964, both the Lobos and the Aggies come in with winning records. They're both 2-1, and it's going to be a really, really fun atmosphere to watch the Aggies and Lobos go at each other. It's the opening drive, and every Thursday we catch up with our good friend Jerry Palm. His website is Palm Brackets. I know you're familiar with that. Good morning, Jerry Palm. How you living?
I'm doing all right. How are you?
All right. You got this whole New Mexico State, New Mexico game broken. I mean, never mind LSU, Oregon, and LSU.
Yeah.
Ole Miss, and, I mean,
Yeah.
you got this big one.
Oh yeah. I mean, I'm certainly not going to watch Oregon Penn State. You know, if I can watch New Mexico State.
Well, this one's earlier. You can actually do both. This
actually, you know, I'm actually going to be at the Boise State Notre Dame game.
Are you?
Yeah.
Nice.
I've never seen Boise live.
Really?
Ever.
All right.
So they're rarely out here.
That's great.
And you know, they've made a few of the bigger bowls, but I wasn't at those games. So I've been to Boise, and I've seen the football stadium, but they weren't playing. I was out there for the basketball tournament. So yeah, I wanted a chance to see Boise State, even though they may not be involved in terms of the college football playoffs this year. I still want to see them.
All right. Well, you got actually that's not this weekend. Boise State plays Appalachian State this weekend.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's next weekend.
Yeah,
You're right.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to tell you what to watch or where to go. I'm just,
no, that's fine.
Yeah, sorry. That's what I mean. I don't want you to go this weekend and be disappointed when that game's not there.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to save you the trip.
No, that's right. It's like a big off weekend for for teams this week.
All right, let's hit some of the big stories. Two things I'm curious. John Mateer breaking his hand, the Heisman front runner, I thought.
Oh yeah.
And then Mike Gundy getting fired at OSU, at Oklahoma State. I don't think it's a surprise, but man, you know, when you go back to your alma mater and you spend more than half your life there, it either ends with a statue or you slump out of there and it feels like crap, and it kind of feels like it was the latter with that one.
Yeah, I don't know about the statue, but yeah, it certainly ended sour. Was it Gundy who said that he didn't want to coach the players once they started getting paid?
Yeah, a lot of people did, but he certainly was one of them.
Yeah, I seem to remember seeing that particular quote. Yeah, you're right. There may have been others too. And you know, they were 3-9 last year, and off to a really bad start again this year, and it just didn't look like the program had direction. And I don't know, maybe he burned out. Maybe it's just they weren't able to compete for the players that they need to get, which seems weird because Oklahoma State you'd expect to be relatively well-funded. But it just, well, for whatever reason it didn't work out. And so now we've got another program working on it with an interim coach for most of the season. So that's 3 coaching firings early in the season, which feels like a relatively new thing. You know, getting rid of coaches, you know, still September. In-season firings have happened, but usually I think later in the season.
You know, Jerry, we've been so focused on what's going wrong with Clemson. How about what's going right with Georgia Tech and looking at the way they've started and what they could do in the ACC?
Yeah, I mean, Georgia Tech they're pretty well set, actually, for a possible run at the conference title. I mean, it's, you know, Miami and Florida State, you know, look like the 2 favorites, but Georgia Tech doesn't play either of those teams in the regular season. So they get Wake Forest and Duke, NC State, and Boston College are their road games coming up still. Virginia Tech, Syracuse, Pitt, and Georgia at the end of the regular season. So obviously that's not a conference game, but, you know, Georgia Tech could play in the ACC title game, and they're probably going to be favored in their remaining conference games. They won't be favored against Georgia, of course, but barring something unforeseen. But Georgia Tech is pretty well suited and playing well enough to make a serious run at the conference championship.
Hey, I want to go back to coaching real quick, kind of in your hood. In buyouts, and I think we're into a different age. There's a lot of noise around Wisconsin, and a lot of that noise is headed right back here to New Mexico. Jason Eck is the head coach here. He was a lineman at Wisconsin. He had success at Idaho. He's 2-1 at New Mexico. They beat UCLA, but there's a lot of stuff tying him back to that job. And he's been 3 games here. Luke Fickell, from what I understand, is a $28 million buyout. Eck would have a $4 million. So now they're at $32 million in buyouts, and they got to pay their new coach. At what point is it too much? And I know this is you're closer to the Big Ten in the Midwest than obviously we are, but what's the noise around Wisconsin?
Yeah, I know that Wisconsin the Wisconsin fan base is pretty disgruntled, and that goes back to last year. That game against Maryland was pretty embarrassing. Really, that's a almost bottoming out kind of game for Wisconsin. It's weird just as a Big Ten guy to see Wisconsin this bad. I mean, when I was young, Wisconsin was bad all the time, and then they brought in Barry Alvarez, and that changed the trajectory of Wisconsin football, and now it's going back the other direction. And Luke Fickell as a hire didn't seem like a bad hire at the time, but for whatever reason, it doesn't seem to be working out. But man, a $28 million buyout, it's all funny money anymore. And the Big Ten, the SEC, those schools tend to have more of the money. So, maybe they can afford the buyout, but I don't know if it's probably less if they wait till the end of the year.
Yeah, but Jerry, with revenue share, like Jimbo Fisher got $70 million to walk away, famously. Ed Orgeron got a bunch of money to walk away. I think Deshaun Foster got $5 million. Gundy, I think, is getting $15 million. We throw these numbers around like it's nothing. With revenue share, so with 20% theoretically of your budget going to the players,
right?
Can schools like Wisconsin, and I know there's a lot of money there, afford to pay a guy $28 million to go away?
Yeah, that's a good question. We'll find out, because I think at one point or another he's probably going to have to go away. It may not be in the middle of the season, but if Wisconsin doesn't show some dramatic improvement here over the next few months, they're going to have to figure that out, because they can't stagnate. You can't be in a position where your program is cratering. And if they end up, something like 2-10 or 3-9, they've got to try and fix it, or just resign yourself to not being competitive. Those are your options right now, and it is hard for the Wisconsin is probably better funded than some, but they're not going to have Ohio State funding. They're not going to have Penn State funding. They're not going to have Michigan funding. But they're probably better off than, say, Northwestern. They're like in the middle of the Big Ten when it comes to funding. So, Wisconsin can be competitive, but they can't if they just waste it all. I wouldn't want to be an AD these days.
No. You got a huge separation in that league. I mean, you got Penn State, Oregon, and Indiana, what they did. You got the top, Ohio State, and then Northwestern, UCLA, Purdue, Rutgers. You got a gigantic separation in football team talent right now in that league.
Yeah, and of course Purdue's got a new coach, and the talent's already better this year, only because it could not possibly have been worse. We'll just have to see. Barry Odom, the new Purdue coach, his name was linked in at least one story as a possible replacement for Mike Gundy.
Well, and UCLA, I saw.
What's that? UCLA too. Yeah. So I guess any Purdue coach that wins a football game becomes all of a sudden a candidate for every other job. Anyways, but programs like Purdue, right? If you have any success at all, everybody's coming after your coach, because the bigger named schools have got more money to pay them.
Kind of like New Mexico.
Yeah. Well, Purdue and New Mexico are different, but
the same.
But it's the same thing. If New Mexico has any success at all, that coach is in line for
Wisconsin,
a high major job. It's going to be in front of them. So, Purdue's already, they're in the Big Ten, so they're a little better off. But if somebody, with a better funded program needs a coach, Purdue's coach maybe could get hired away. By the way, that has not happened yet at Purdue. Jeff Brom left for Louisville, but that was home.
Yeah. That's
but Purdue coaches have not. Successful Purdue coaches have not been hired away, at least in recent years. But things are different now, so we'll have to wait and see if that eventually happens.
Well, on the field, Big Ten, Oregon at Penn State. What do you make of that matchup this weekend?
Yeah, I like Penn State at home. The 3-time zone road trip's not a lot of fun. We saw that last year. It wasn't universally bad, and certainly the West Coast teams that had mismatches, and Oregon would be one of them, were successful on the road. But you're going to Penn State, you're playing a night game at the whiteout. Penn State does not lose in that environment very often. So they could. Oregon's an excellent team. But I just like Penn State winning at home. And, they're going to try and run the ball. And if they can get their running game going, I don't think there's much Oregon can do about it.
Yeah, that game, I love that game. And it's crazy. We're sitting here talking about Alabama, Georgia. It's almost like a secondary act.
Yeah,
but it kind of is, right?
Yeah, it is. I mean, it's a big game. It's big for Alabama. It'd be if Alabama hadn't lost that opening game to Florida State, then we'd be talking about it more. But Alabama looks a little more vulnerable this year, and Georgia is still Georgia until somebody tells me otherwise. Somebody shows me otherwise. Georgia's still Georgia.
Biggest statement last week: the way Indiana just took apart Illinois. All right.
Oh, my God.
Stand by, because I thought there were three big ones. Miami handling Florida. I thought Texas Tech, this is where I lean, Texas Tech going into Salt Lake City, quarterback gets hurt, freshman quarterback comes off the bench, and they pounded Utah at Utah. To me, I thought Indiana was really good. I wasn't sure about Tech. I thought the biggest statement of those three was Tech, although, man, I saw what Indiana did.
Yeah, I got to go with Indiana as well. But the Texas Tech win was impressive, especially under that circumstance. But it might be that, Utah isn't quite as good as we thought. Illinois it should be better than they were at Indiana, and they never got off the ground. I mean, that was 63-10. 63-10. I mean, Indiana was just pouring it on. Illinois was supposedly a good defensive team. That's their bread and butter. Had nothing for Indiana. So this is probably not a fun time to be an Illinois football player at practice, because that's probably an angry coaching staff putting you through the ropes this week.
Only get SC this week.
Yeah, and they've got Illinois' got who do they have this week?
USC.
Oh, USC. That's right. Yeah. Now that's another West Coast team traveling east, but I want to see what Illinois has this week in that game.
I want to see what SC has too,
because USC is capable of putting up a number 2. Now, probably not 63-10 on the road, but if Illinois doesn't show up again, you got to wonder what's going on.
All right. Can I give you my sneaky other favorite game of the week that not a lot of people talk about, but it'll get attention because it's Friday night? I love TCU at Arizona State. I'm a big Josh Hoover guy.
Yeah.
I think that game is gigantic as far as who ends up in the championship game of the Big 12.
Yeah, that whole conference, whenever any of the two of the top, say, 6 teams are playing each other, it's a big game. Now, as the season goes on, that may narrow down some, but right now that looks like the most, going into the beginning of conference play here, the most wide open conference in terms of the number of teams that could legitimately win it.
Check out his website. It is palmbrackets.com. It's updated all the time. There's tons of great info. You're going to love it. I think you're going to love it as you get into basketball season as well. Go by, bounce around there, follow him. What's your X handle these days?
JP Palm 85.
All right, follow him at JP Palm 85. We'll catch up with you next weekend. Don't go to South Bend for that Boise game this weekend. Hold off a week.
I
think you'll enjoy it. You'll enjoy it more next
Yeah.
week when it actually happens.
I don't need to spend that much time in South Bend.
No. I hear it's beautiful this time of year, but yeah. All right, we'll catch up with you next week, my friend. Appreciate you always.
All right, thanks.
All right, see you. He is Jerry Palm. I think he literally was getting ready to get in the car and go to South Bend this weekend.
Probably was.
All right, it's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 670 Sports Animal.
This report is sponsored by
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Marty Size in Albuquerque today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are One Eastern.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are One Eastern.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of celebrity green, synthetic putting greens, and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744. Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell.
Better prize. I love my yard. I'm like loving my yard. I've told you this. Every time I pull up to the house now, ever since LaBarge Landscape has been there, my front yard looks great. My backyard is spectacular. Maybe you got a backyard that could be better. Basic cleanup would be a good start, right? That was what it was for me. Basic cleanup, take it down, help me with my irrigation system. LaBarge Landscape will take care of that for you. But you want something you can be really proud of and enjoy for years and do a full overhaul, like a whole remodel on your backyard, LaBarge Landscape can make that happen as well. 80-plus years of experience. They've been doing it for 32 years in this market. LaBarge Landscape has created gorgeous landscapes all around Albuquerque. Got a good picture of what you want? Pretty sure you know what you want it to look like, just not sure how to do it or don't want to do it? LaBarge Landscape will get it done for you. Not sure what you want, but you know you want something different? Let their design team come out and create something stunning for you. Look at the space. They'll drop sketches until you find exactly what you and your family are looking for, whether it's xeriscaping or a water feature or a retaining wall or whatever it happens to be, new sod and sprinkler system. LaBarge Landscape will take care of it. I am so glad I called them, and I know you will be as well. We spent a lot of time outdoors. We live in New Mexico. You're going to get years of enjoyment from a landscape transformation. LaBarge Landscape, L-A-B-A-R-G-E, LaBargeLandscape.net. Go bounce around the pictures there, and then give them a call at 505-345-3000. 505-345-3000. Whether your project is small or large, the answer is easy. It's LaBarge Landscape. All right, JJ. My sneaky game, there's a couple. Oregon, Penn State, and Alabama, Georgia are easy. Everybody's looking at that. I love the Friday night game. That TCU Arizona State game to me is maybe the third best game after those two gigantic marquee games. And I can make an argument for you. It might even be better. I think TCU is that good. We'll find out on Friday.
I like that a lot because I think the Big 12 is wide open. I was very high on Utah, but then Texas Tech made a defensive statement on the road.
Ooh.
Super impressed with the Red Raiders. And TCU, Arizona State, Utah, Arizona, Texas Tech, like you name it, you
Iowa
can make
State.
a case that one of those teams could win that conference and be a college football playoff contender. I agree with kind of looking at that game as a good game on this week's slate. I'm interested to see if there's any life left in Alabama. Like, what Florida State did to them was an eye-opener, how good they looked on the line of scrimmage. And Alabama has an opportunity to just throw a wrench into things if they could pull off what would be a pretty darn big upset. I know it's only a 3.5-point spread, but I feel much more confident in Georgia than I do Alabama right now.
Can I give you one more in the Big 12 I'm really looking forward to? I want to see what Arizona is.
Mm-hmm.
I've talked to people on their coaching staff. They think they're a lot better than people were giving them credit for. They're 3-0. They're coming off a bye. They go to Ames. They play Iowa State. And there's part of me that really, really loves that game, and I want to see what Arizona is. Defensively, they were really good against Kansas State. They put up some points against, some competition that you're like, all right, whatever, but let's go see. I'm looking forward. Arizona is getting 5.5 at Iowa State. That game really interests me, and I want to see how Utah rebounds. West Virginia's not great, but they got to travel across the country to go see Rich Rod.
Going to Morgantown.
Yep.
Diego Pavia versus Bronco Mendenhall.
Yeah, that's beautiful, too. All right, we're going to reset the top when we get back. It's open for you, 505-246-0610. That's how to get in today. You've heard from Jackson Eck. You heard from Jerry Palm. We got baseball's hot. We got the footy getting started again. Tons to do. Us and you, 505-246-0610 is how to get here. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gala Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past. Built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
TurboThreads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. TurboThreads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for TurboThreads.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
I might not be in the cage as much anymore. Just like riding a bicycle, I can pick up the fight from where I left off. I'm not some slick-haired outsider posing with borrowed gloves. I grew up here. New Mexico is in my blood. I'm a New Mexican fighting for other New Mexicans. I'm Adam Oki. I'll be your champion in the courtroom.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. For over 20 years, Evergard Roofing and Solar has been committed to customer service. Locally owned and operated, Evergard offers both commercial and residential roofing and solar services. For more info, please call 505-821-9543. Evergard Roofing and Solar are proud supporters of ProView Sports Network and New Mexico Youth Athletics.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove.
Bullpen last night for the Dodgers, as Dave Roberts finally got in the sense of urgency with the bullpen woes. Yes is the answer. I mean, Ronnie, I don't know how else to answer that. The answer, how would you answer that? Yes, with a simple yes?
Yes, and I like what he did.
I do too.
Get the youngster off the long-term injured list. Put him in the bullpen. Your starting pitching's fine. I think Kershaw coming out of the pen in the postseason is a fantastic idea, and you start trying to piece it together.
First relief appearance this season for Clayton Kershaw. He said he's willing to handle any role the Dodgers want to put him in as they get into the postseason. And then, for Sasaki, to your point, he was on the 60-day injured list, and he came in and he had a fastball at almost 100 miles an hour. So I can bring Sasaki and Kershaw out of the bullpen instead of the blowtorches that have been coming out. Yes, is the answer, because I got enough starting pitching to get me through. Glasnow's probably not even going to go in the first series. And they should get the Mets at home, is what it looks like right now. Right? It's going to be the Mets or Diamondbacks or the Reds. I mean, that looks like where that's going to go, and the Padres are going to have to go to the Cubs, right? So, the answer, Ronnie, is, is he feeling the sense of urgency? Hell yes, he is. Yes. All right, we got rivalry week this weekend. Lobos and Aggies. Heard from both coaches earlier in the week. We heard from Jackson Eck, the Lobos leading tackler. Aggie fan, I have put in the request, man. It's not like I'm trying to leave you out. I have tried to get no Pennsylvania. Josh, I got you. Pennsylvania not mentioned for listeners. We got listeners in Pennsylvania as well. Yeah, I mean, Pennsylvania, Buffalo, Texas, San Diego. What do you got there? Do we do that right now? Yeah, we do that. It's two idiots, too many teams. Is it Thursday at 9 o'clock right now?
Thursday at 9 o'clock.
Do we have an opening for
Flying.
this?
I'm working on it. I'm trying to piece something together that sounds somewhat decent.
Totally forgot that on Thursdays at 9 o'clock we help you with your fantasy football. All right. If you got questions, fantasy football from Pennsylvania to San Diego, coast to coast,
worldwide.
We're not experts. We're just two idiots with too many teams. What do you got to lead us off on fantasy football?
It's never too early to think ahead. And a lot of these players probably rostered, understandable. This isn't going to be a Trey Benson conversation. But if you have a spot, sometimes you just got to take a chance. And that is getting lucky on the right backup running
It's a
back.
lottery ticket.
Yes. For me, I kind of get caught. I roster a million wide receivers. And so I'm always going through wide receiver 3, wide receiver 4. But if you have a spot, and guess what? You're not playing all these dudes. Not every team is stacked. Think ahead. And it's a guessing game. But just pick a team you like and roster that backup running back for a few weeks. See what happens if you have this space. Because now's the time to do it. There's bye weeks upcoming, and you're going to need to pick and you'll probably end up having a start in RB2 just because. With bye weeks and the way that running backs are rostered. So a couple names that I really like, I think could have some value when you get to that point. My number one is Blake Corum. He's seeing some work, especially now. More fantasy leagues, by the way, should record return yardage because that's a real thing now in the NFL. There's kickoff returns happening every week.
Yep.
And Corum gets that. So if you are a league that has return yardage, you're getting a couple rushing attempts per game, plus return yardage, and knowing that this is a legit 1-for-1. If Kyron Williams goes down, you're not looking at a situation where it's Blake Corum plus, like you're looking at Washington. I know everyone loves your Corey Cross-Hummer, but you had 3 dudes get that rushing attack.
I want nothing
and
to
in
do
a
with
close
that.
game,
Yeah.
who knows who's going to be that running back. But I think Blake Corum is one of those guys that you can roster, is playable if you get return yardage points, and has huge upside there. One to keep on the back of the radar because he's still on the IR, so maybe you could stash him. Tajay Spears coming back. He has a role in that Titans offense. Look at him. Rashid White is another one I really like in terms of just a guy that a team trusts. And if something were to happen, there's a big role there for White. So just think about players like that could potentially be usable if you're in a tough spot with the bye weeks coming up. And yeah, you have to play a guessing game. And you never want to see people get hurt, but you have to take advantage of it in fantasy if it happens.
Yeah, and I go the other way. I always stock running back. I just, like I'm looking at, one team I got. Now, they're not all great. Kyron Williams, Chuba Hubbard, Etienne, and Jalen Warren. But they all get some volume. Another team I've got, what do I got over there? Kamara and Swift and Jalen Warren's kind of, I took a little flyer on him. What do you think of him? he's getting the
he's
ball.
the RB1. He's getting passing game work, and that's definitely something that helps you when you know you don't have a great rushing offense. The Steelers
Non-PPR.
don't have a great rushing offense.
So non-PPR, you going Swift against Vegas this week, or you going Jalen Warren against Minnesota?
Swift.
Even though he's still kind of injured. Why? Because he gets the volume?
Minnesota is a really good defense.
Vegas has been pretty good against the run, and DeAndre Swift's been under wonderful. But okay, I'll look.
You saw an explosive last week from Swift. No, it's against the Cowboys, but he's still getting the touches in that offense that has upside. And Minnesota, and it was a backup quarterback, but you think is Aaron Rodgers really at a higher level than Jake Browning? And you had Jamar Chase and T. Higgins and Chase Brown do nothing in that game.
All right, what are you doing with CeeDee Lamb down? Are you upgrading? And this is a tough week to do it, understanding that the Cowboys play the Packers this week. But if you're saying over the next 2 to 3 weeks, they've got George Pickens. They went to Ferguson. I think he caught 13 or 14 passes, did the tight end the other day. So then it's what? It's Tolbert. It's Turpin. Where's the ball going? Because Dak now, all of a sudden, Pickens is going to get the attention that CeeDee Lamb got from the defense.
That's true.
And so he's not going to be nearly as open. Well, he's the number one guy. Yeah, but, and I mean, how much are you going to pick underneath? At some point, somebody else is going to have to step up as a wide receiver.
It's not going to be this weekend,
Yeah, 'cause
as
they're
you
gonna
laid
get
out.
that,
George Pickens, Jake Ferguson are going to be in your starting lineups, most likely with where you drafted George Pickens. So he's probably your wide receiver 3, most likely, maybe your wide receiver 2. So I think you can just keep him in based on volume, especially if they're chasing that game in the fourth quarter. Ferguson, same thing, just could be a target monster. But the next couple weeks, I think Jalen Tolbert is a PPR option. If you're looking for that flex play, he's shown the explosiveness. They're going to take shots downfield. I like Tolbert. I'd go Tolbert over Turpin. But again, when you're getting into some bye weeks and injuries, just looking at flex play, potential wide receiver 3, those are options for me that I like. And with that too, not just looking at what's out there, it's 3 weeks in, man. It's fantasy football. We're all antsy. I lost the game last week, and I immediately felt like I wanted to put my entire team on the trade block. Like, I'm one of those guys that's super reactionary, but whatever league you're in, CU's off to a slow start. Is a team 1-2, 0-3, and maybe has a Drake London or something along those lines, a player you can go target, maybe do 2-for-1, where there's big bounce back potential ahead. So keep that in mind. Look at the bottom of your league. Know your friends who likes to overreact, and maybe make some moves.
What do you make of Jacksonville's backfield? Etienne had a good first couple of weeks, not much in week 3. The rookie Bashal Tutin is getting some love. He stole the touchdown. He's questionable this week. You had a bunch of touchdown thieves. Tutin was one of them. Pollard got thieved at the goal line by no, it wasn't Pollard. It was Dowdle thieved somebody. Where's Dowdle now? He took Chuba Hubbard.
Took Hubbard.
Yeah.
Touchdown.
Yeah. What do you make of, like a guy like Tutin? The Jacksonville backfield, I still don't, just because I don't trust their offense.
Yeah, I think Etienne could be a sell high candidate if he ended up being maybe your RB3 that you're playing because he was getting the volume. And he could be someone you could use to get maybe a better wide receiver if you're looking along those lines. But Etienne is still getting the volume. Last week we think there's not a lot of running backs, but there were 12 players that had 70% or more at the running back position snap share. And,
really?
Yeah. And so
Swift was one of them, and Jalen Warren was one of them, right?
And so these are guys that are locked into big roles. And Etienne is kind of just right there. I would still happily roster him and play him, but I think he is one of those guys that you could cash in on his early season success, because we did see towards the second half of last season that backfield change. But again, it's an entirely different coaching staff, and they're still trying to figure out how to run this offense, which is evident that Brian Thomas Jr. has done nothing.
Do you trust him later? Like, is that a guy you would target, Brian Thomas Jr.?
Yeah, I think he would be harder to get than, say, Drake London in a trade.
You think so?
Yeah, because I think Thomas Jr. was most likely a first-round pick for a lot of people, especially into the first round. And just I think he's just one of those names that would be hard to get from people, but he is absolutely someone that all the underlying metrics say is kind of like right there. Like there's an explosion coming for Brian Thomas Jr.
All right, what else you got?
Another thing I was looking at along those lines of trying to find some value. I'm looking at New Orleans. They have one of the best tight ends, Juwan Johnson, which is absolutely playable. And I like what I've seen out of Chris Olave this year. And why do I like that? Because his targets are actually dropping. The depth of target, it's not just downfield shots, so it's under 10 yards. But what does that mean? It means you're looking at someone that can get you a floor in PPR. So yes, there's a Drake London, there's a Brian Thomas Jr. I'm looking for a solid wide receiver 2 with some upside. Absolutely a wide receiver 3. Chris Olave. He'd be a name to go out there and target that could get you some good value.
What do you make of some of these young kids? The Iamador at Tennessee, Horton at Seattle, guys who are making some big plays. Like I mean, the number one receiver is the rookie in Tennessee. It's Smith.
Yeah, he's getting the touchdown looks, getting the looks in the red zone. Iamador is a rookie wide receiver that I missed. He wasn't on my radar, and usually I like to, whether mid-draft, 6th round and on, I'll definitely target the first round wide receivers or grab guys with upside. I missed on him, and he's getting those looks. It hasn't been Calvin Ridley, and Ridley hasn't been producing on his target, so he's very intriguing. Horton is a player you want to roster because you see the explosiveness. The fact that Jack Smith and Jigba and Cooper Kupp are in front of him are real, and if they're controlling the game, in some cases we've seen that defensively. It's the Seahawks and Packers. It's early, but they're only two teams in the NFL that teams haven't scored 20-plus points against. So they're controlling games, they're slowing it down. But a player like Torrey Horton, again, we talk about return yardage. He's their returner. He's scored on a punt return. You've seen him have explosiveness in kickoff returns. So that is value if you have that.
I think he's their
in your
number
league.
2 receiver, isn't he?
And no.
Who's number 2 then?
It's Cooper Kupp, just based on routes and targets.
He's just not getting a lot of it. Yeah.
The routes and targets is still there.
Right.
But Horton is a player that, as you said, has the talent that could overtake a Cooper Kupp second half of this season.
All right, we'll do this every Thursday. If you got questions, you want to get in on it, you got who should I start kind of stuff. It's just two idiots with too many teams. It's not some sort of scientific stuff, but certainly stuff we look at. And you can get in on your fantasy football stuff. And good luck to you. You got Seattle and the Cardinals tonight. Got to make some decisions. I got a Torrey Horton decision. You like Torrey Horton or Dalton Schultz tonight as a flex? Schultz, the tight end for Houston. Torrey Horton tonight against the Cardinals.
Houston.
Because I'm going to play Tootin in that other flex spot, although he's questionable, which scares the crap out of me. But I could always put Schultz in.
I like Horton.
I do too. Yeah. Kind of where I'm leaning on that. All right, enjoy it. You can play every day if you like. Prize Picks is the best way for you to win cash on your favorite team. Cowboys, Broncos, Raiders, whoever your favorite team. Prize Picks can help you cash in on your passion. I've discovered Prize Picks, kind of dig it. I've been watching all the games like you are. I think I know a little bit, kind of like you do. So, I don't know, man. Why not make it pay off for you and cash in a little bit? I've been loving these 4-player lineups. It's kind of what I've been playing. It's been kind of my jam lately. Here's how it works. First off, you download the Prize Picks app, right? And then you pick lineups, 2 to 6 player lineups, and then you pick more or less. And then you sit back and you enjoy. So like I hit the other night, I had more on Lamar Jackson. I think it was 197.5 passing yards, went more. I went less on Derrick Henry, 87.5 rushing yards, hit it. I went more on Tyler Loop, the kicker, half of a field goal. Kicked a field goal, hit it. Jahmyr Gibbs, more or less, half of a touchdown, hit it. And then my money came in. It was really kind of that much fun. You can also, on Prize Picks, it's the only app that offers you stacks. So what that means is you can pick the same player 3 times in the same lineup. So let's say you want to go more on Josh Allen's pass yards, his rush yards, and touchdown. Now you can pick all of them in the same lineup. You can only do that on Prize Picks. Download the Prize Picks app. Go to your store on your phone. It's free. And then when you do, use the code KNML. You'll get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. It's code KNML. You get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. It's Prize Picks, and it's good to be right.
Listen to Rio Rancho Rams and Cleveland Storm football.
Controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of Celebrity Green synthetic putting greens and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744.
ProView Networks would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Hans Whitler Automotive, German car maintenance and repair in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Call 505-294-7684 or visit hanswhitlerauto.com.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are one Eastern.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. find it on ProView Networks.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing.
Chris Shakes, their goaltender, was really good. He saved a penalty kick that would have given the Switchbacks a 2-0 lead early in the second half, and that seemed to ignite the comeback because they scored a couple of goals, including one really late. So United is 11-10-4. That moves them into third place with 5 games left, and 4 of their final 5 will be at home. So it's a big, big victory on the road for them last night and moving them. A couple of weeks ago, they were, scuffling and holding on to one of the last playoff spots, and now they're in position to host one.
Yeah, that could be one of the games that you look back and say, hey, that is why they lived up to expectations and they met what they feel their potential is when it comes to the postseason and being able to win a game or two and go on a run.
So that was big for them, and they're home on Sunday this week, staying away from the parking and everything that's going to be over for Lobo football against New Mexico State. Emails, Rod says Dallas Cowboys should be better than this, Jefferson. Cowboys should never be an underdog at Texas Stadium regardless of who they play. If you follow the line, it started at 1.5, now it's ballooned to 7. There's no way it started at 1.5. First I saw it was 6.5.
It never started.
There's no way that line was 1.5. I mean, Rod, I trust you, I like you, but I mean, should they be better than this? Yeah, they should be better than they are. This, I've been wrong a lot, and every time I tell you, I think, and usually I stay away from it, right? When I think something's too easy, when I think it's stealing money, I stay away from it. Like, I loved the Cowboys last week, but I didn't bet them because you talked me off the ledge, and I would have lost. I'm struggling finding a way that Dallas stays close in this game.
Yeah, it opened at 6.5.
Now it's at 7.
Depends on where you're looking.
Harold's concerned about parking. It says, Jeff, the lot that served Johnson Gym was closed, and especially with an 11 a.m. post time necessitated since Lobo Volleyball didn't play last Saturday with nothing going on. They have to cram the game in before football. Get there early would be my suggestion, Harold. I know what to tell you. For the volleyball game, get there early. And may I also suggest this? For the football game, get there early. How about that one? Because
I think that's something that needs to be repeated. Like, if they're expecting the largest crowd in a very long time.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter if you have the best plans, the greatest parking ever, just the greatest. If you have that many people going to one area, it's going to take time to get in and out. Like, I went to a concert Tuesday night, and we stayed to the end because it was the wife's favorite band, and guess what? It took us some time to leave, and we just dealt with it.
Let me look. Everybody's going out to a tailgate. Everybody's having a damn tailgate. We are, you are, they are. I got it. Have fun. I'm gonna guess what time? Like 1:30 should be the latest you start heading. Grab that beer and head towards it.
If you want to see kickoff.
Yeah, if you want to see kickoff. If you leave your tailgate at 1:45, 10 to 2, and then sit there and moan and whine and bitch about having to stand in line, it's on you. And I get it. This is an athletic director who is very cognizant of what's written on social media. And so you're going to complain on that. I can't believe there's a big line. I don't know, man. There's a line getting into a concert and getting into the Rose Bowl and getting into a Raiders game and a Cowboy game. People get there early. When I was at the Michigan game 3 weeks ago. You're in the stadium about 45 to 60 minutes early. That's what people do. I know you don't do it here because I'm not scolding you, and Fernando Lobo's going to be in tomorrow. We're going to talk about game procedures and all that stuff. But do yourself a favor, just so you don't get pissed off. Get in there a half hour early, or at least start making your way. If you make your way to the gates at 1:45, and you got to stand in line, please just don't push send. And you don't have to call here on Monday and talk about how hard it was to get in.
No, there's going to be a lot of people there. It's going to take time. They've been very reactive. They know they're trying to smooth things out, but if they get 30,000+ people, it's not just wide open spaces.
Yep.
It'll take time.
It's going to be a little different. All right, take the phone call when we get back. 505-246-0610. 505-246-0610. Emails Jeff at sportsanimалabq.com. And JJ at sportsanimалabq.com. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
It's an NFL.
Nothing at all.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS Network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier sweet rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride barbecue chicken and ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gala Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66, built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
TurboThreads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. TurboThreads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for TurboThreads.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows.
So let me hit this. And again, head into the stadium 30 to 45 minutes before. And this is another thing around here. And I'm just going to tell you, because global football in the past, you leave your house at 1 thinking you left early for a 2 o'clock start. There's going to be traffic, man. The parking lots around the stadium are going to be sold out. And you're going to go, wait a minute, I always do this. And okay, dude, that's when there's 12,000 people there. Like, do yourself a favor, get there early. And if you leave your house at 1 thinking you left early, you didn't, and you're going to sit. All right, let's go. Sherman, good morning. You're on the Sports Animal.
Yes,
Hi, Sherman.
good morning. I just want to amplify what you're saying. You know, back in the day, there was not as many buildings around the stadium. Then there was a hell of a lot more parking. So I would encourage everybody to look in today's newspaper. There's a full page on the football game, and it identifies some other parking lots.
Yep. You're going to have to think differently than you normally do.
And if I may predict, the crowd's going to be closer to 35,000 than 30,000.
Okay.
So we're encouraging everybody, you know, wherever you live,
Uber,
give yourself an extra 45 minutes or an hour, because if you get there on University, if you get there on the freeway, it doesn't matter. Traffic is going to be incredibly backed up.
Can I tell you, I love that we're having this conversation. All right, man. I appreciate you, Sherman.
All right.
Thanks. No, honestly, I love that we're having this conversation.
You have to have it.
Yeah. Earl, good morning. You're on the Sports Animal. Hello, Earl.
Hi, good morning. So, yeah, always great interviews. I do want to also talk about this parking situation. One of my old memories, I don't know what year it was, maybe 2007, 2008, we went to go see UNM versus New Mexico State, and we had an idea of let's show up and kick off, and we'll miss all the tailgating, and we'll get in without much. We ended up walking a half a mile. We parked by some public golf course over there off of Gibson to get to the stadium. And but for whatever it's worth, we got in, and it was awesome. You know, you couldn't even find a place to stand up on the corners of the end zones. You know, so I do think this is we're going back in time here, and it's going to be amazing. And yeah, if you don't want to show up early, just be prepared to walk a half a mile and enjoy it.
Yep.
You know, I also do want to talk about the Cowboys, though, because I'm a little afraid, and I'm repeating what you've already said. But when the whole world knows the Cowboys are going to lose and that you should vote for the Green Bay Packers, I think that's when Vegas wins and the Cowboys are the right bet, man. So I'm a little scared of this game based off of the things you've said. And, you know, I love you guys. I'm a huge fan. I'm sad the Isotope season's over. Hope to catch up with you guys another time.
Appreciate you, Earl, and thanks for the kind words. Yeah, it's a scary one, right? Because whenever the whole world's one way, it was like Sunday Night Football, man, or Monday night. What was the Ravens? When did the Ravens play? And they lost at home to the Lions.
Mm-hmm.
Monday, right?
Yeah,
everybody on set picked Baltimore.
Lions, man, let's pick.
I thought so too, but when everybody's going one way, kind of want to go the other.
Gotta look at who's in first place, by the way, of the KOAT Albuquerque Journal.
Oh, I better get in on that too. I didn't. You know why? Because I didn't get in last week either.
Surged ahead, first place.
Are you?
This guy.
Congratulations, this guy.
And what? The TV, newspaper people, they got nothing on us, man.
I mean, yeah, I better get in right now. I love that we're having this conversation about crowds, by the way. I flat out do. Edward, good morning. You're on the Sports Animal. Good day, sir.
Well, good day, gentlemen. Only 3 months to Christmas today, so I'm excited. Hey, JJ crushing the picks, not only with his 5-star picks, but with the paper and at every other platform. I'm impressed. I'm thoroughly impressed. Hey, a lot of passion about parking. Don't forget the death trap that's I-25 southbound.
I mean, just leave early, man. Just like plan it. You got time.
They'll complete that in just a shade under a decade, but you should factor in another probably half an hour just to get through the Montgomery to the Big I exchange. So I'm just trying to educate the people. It's a 14.5-point spread. I think we're going to see a huge crowd. And are there still tickets available? Because I might have to roll down there with one of the honey hot sauces.
Yeah, I mean, I think there are. I don't know that they're going to sell out, but I think they're I looked at the grid the other day, and there's not a lot of great stuff left. Like, you start looking at the center sections, and there's a seat here, a seat there. But, yeah, they're selling some damn tickets.
I don't have VIP velvet rope status like you two gentlemen, but I'll try to navigate my way to see that game. Now, I was thinking about Pavia. You know that Pavia has the mind of the nation. He has their attention. And I was looking for a comparison, and most of your listeners are probably too young to remember the great Fran Tarkington. But I think he's Baker Mayfield. I think he's probably just a little bit shorter version of Baker Mayfield, very comparable. And I think it's pretty interesting how he has captivated such a unique story. So, and I'm telling you, if he's not the best quarterback right now in the country in college football, he's in the top 3 or 4, right, with the ability to deliver. So I'm kind of rooting for that guy. Anyway, I think we're going to have a great game this weekend. And the Cowboys, guys, I went to a Super Bowl where the undefeated Patriots were 16.5-point favorites against the Giants. And you're right. When everybody's going one way, go the other way. Enjoy your day.
Yeah, see, it just feels, it's weird, man. It just feels weird. All right, 505-246-0610. I got a bunch of emails. Your thoughts. you guys are cute. You're funny. You're funny. Rod sent me something. I think it's supposed to tell me that this game started out. Well, it says 7, man. Did it start out at 3.5? It sure as hell didn't start out at a 1.5. That's all I know. He sent me something I'm supposed to look at. That it was. No, it says +7. I don't know what it. Oh yeah, no. He just showing me something that says -1.5. Green Bay. I don't know where this came from. There's no way. I mean, I wish I could have jumped on that. Right? Just laying 1.5. All right, we'll wrap you up. I got correspondence from you to get to you. I've got time to take phone calls. 505-246-0610. JJ, we're having this conversation. Instead of why is nobody going, we're having like, holy bleep, there's going to be a lot of people there. What are we going to do? We're having that conversation. Kind of like that one better than, well, I got to go to the gym, and I got one of those two. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610 Sports Center.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now. Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of celebrity green, synthetic putting greens, and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Boswell, and Reynosa come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are One Eastern.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number 1. Cover it with green stuff, 1 scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Turbo Threads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. Turbo Threads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for Turbo Threads.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of celebrity green, synthetic putting greens, and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Boswell, and Reynosa come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are
right here on 95.9 FM and AM 610 Sports Animal. Your NFL coverage on the Sports Animal is presented by Hyenas Comedy Nightclub, now open in the Winrock Town Center. People are going to be talking about the big dumper, Cal Raleigh, who should be the AL MVP. Seattle's catcher hit his 59th and 60th home run, just the 7th player in the history of Major League Baseball to top 60 home runs in the same season. Mariners clinched the American League West last night. Meanwhile, Yankees' Aaron Judge hit his 50th and 51st last night. Just the 4th player to have 4 seasons or more of 50 home runs. A great season for him. The Yankees and Blue Jays are tied. Top of the American League East with just 4 games to go. Cleveland beat Detroit 5-1. The Guardians have caught and passed the Tigers, who were up 15 games in July. 15 games. You could have got 80. Somebody told me 80-1, dude, on the Guardians in July to win the division. You would have dropped $100. You'd have made it, what, 80 grand? Is that what 100-1 is on 80 on $100? Is that right? Or is that just 8,000? Maybe it's 8,000. Yeah, that's probably. Dodgers win last night. Kershaw and Sasaki coming out of the bullpen. They beat Arizona 5-4 while the Padres got beat. 2.5 games is the lead there. Text line 505-246-0610. It says it's rivalry week. Why wouldn't you be anxious to get in there and early and enjoy the atmosphere? Both teams are always 0 or 1 and whatever. Let's go. We want it big time, or at least the start of one. Heaven forbid you have to deal with parking. That's right. That's right. John says, this is on my email, Jeff at sportsanalytic.com. JJ at sportsanalytic.com. Jeff, JJ, I'm getting my ass to the stadium around 12:30. All right. Just kind of walk around, meet some new UNM Lobo fans, and then go and locate my seat and watch the Lobos kick butt. Go Lobos. All right. And then there's this, JJ. Jack says nobody cares about Lobo football. All right. I'm in the fall fitness program at my gym, Jeff. It's Saturdays at noon. It runs 75 to 90 minutes. No way Jack can go work out, go home, shower, grub, and still get to the stadium by 2 o'clock post. Interesting enough, my gym is closed on the 11th for fall break and balloon fiesta. When I inquired why they'd be closed for that and this game, I was told nobody cares about Lobo football. All right, Jack, you're wrong, but okay. All right. If you don't care, that's cool, man. Go do your thing. It's not everybody's thing. Not everybody wants to go to that concert or that play. Howard, good morning. You're on the Sports Animal. What's up, Howie?
Good morning, gentlemen. How you doing?
Life is grooving. What's going on?
Well, I think now is as good a time for change as any in Lobo sports, and I think Jason Eck may get us over that hurdle. Consistently, our Lobo teams have given us promise and then fallen a little short when we have expectations. And that 14.5-point spread, it's a pretty steep spread, but I feel like we're going to have a 27-14, 27-10 type of game. And, of course, the Lobos. And I think, Jason Eck, the way you break that cycle is you just keep these guys focused. I mean, UCLA was a tremendous win for the program, for the young men, and for our coach and Lobo fans. So I just think that I think he's the man to break that trend, and I think he's got to keep them focused, keep them on track, and I think he'll do that. Now, I heard a previous caller mention a half-a-mile walk. Half-a-mile walk's a piece of cake these days, my friend. Got to do a mile or two a day. That's not a problem. I mean, especially on a nice day, guys. Come on, get out there and walk. I got my wife looking for as closest to the aisle as she can for a seat for me, and I got it made. She'll drop me off, so I'll walk some. It's not that big a deal, but I just think there's a change coming. And, culture needs to change eventually, doesn't it?
It does. It does, and look, you got to take one step before you take the third. And
Yep.
Everybody wants to complain and moan about everything. I love that we're having this conversation because I am so tired over the years of having the conversation of everybody telling me why they're not going. I'd rather hear a conversation about get your ass out there early and where am I going to park. I love that one way better than I've got to go to the gym.
It's going to be a gorgeous day.
That's right.
And by the way, Jeff, I'm going to close with this. You chair shamed me yesterday. Okay, once you were talking to me about your New Mexico Bowl chair, I looked at my office chair. I ran out to Walmart, bought some black duct tape, and I dressed up my chair some. So thank you for motivating.
MustangHomeGoods.com. Michael, take care.
Have a good day, guys.
See you, man. 505-246-0610. I didn't mean to chair shame anybody. I'm just bragging on my chair. You saw my chair, dude. The thing is dope. And it's comfy. Yeah, I'm very, very fortunate individual. I'm well aware of how lucky I am. I'm well aware of it every single day. I don't know, man. Did you think we'd be having this 2 weeks ago? You think we'd be having this conversation?
No.
Give me this one.
Usually it's you expect, all right, it's a busy game, but this is a different buzz with two teams that are going to be halfway to bowl eligibility for the winner.
People are kind of fired up. People want to get out and watch this game. I kind of love this, man. I love the way this is trending, not because I'm a Lobo fan or anything like that, but I'm a New Mexico and an Albuquerque fan. I love it for our town. I love it, and I tell you this not to be a jerk, but just because I find it to be truth, at least in my world. I get to go to, I'm really fortunate I travel. I go to really great atmospheres for college football because of my job. And I feel that this community is missing out on something that's cool. I watch what college football does for communities all over America. I mean, go watch wherever game day goes, right? Go watch that or Big Noon if that's your thing. And you see what college football does in these communities all over the country. And I just feel like we've been missing. Now, it's not your fault necessarily. They got to give you a product to get around and to love and to be excited about. And it's a big weekend for UNM, right? It's a big weekend for UNM to perform. I don't know. There's always this argument. Who's it bigger for? Is it bigger for New Mexico State or is it bigger for New Mexico? I don't know. The answer is yes, man. This is a big, 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 big game for both. All right, Dan, you got 45 seconds. Go.
Good morning. Yeah, Jeff, great suggestion. Uber, guys. Just use it. We got it. That's the easiest way. And go Hawks tonight and go Lobos this weekend, okay?
Woof, woof, woof. See you, man. Thank you. Yeah, Seattle tonight. That's his team. I mean, that's an option, too. And the Uber, if it can't get you, if it gets you where you got to walk, a couple blocks, whatever, man, figure it out. Just figure it out. We're not the first place that's going to have a big, big crowd. It happens all the time, and you go to them all the time. All right, what are you watching tonight? You got the footy tonight. Who do you got tonight, Seattle or Arizona? In Glendale.
Going Arizona.
I'm going Seattle. Why do you like Arizona tonight?
They've played close games, and I'm just going to give them this moment. They find a way to get one out.
All right, I like Seattle. Howdy, fellas. Isn't there a park and ride to the Lobo game? If not, why not? I'll ask Fernando Lobo that tomorrow. He'll be with us at 8 o'clock, the athletic director at UNM. We'll ask him that question. I don't know if there is. If there's not, I don't know if not, why not. I will ask him that question for you tomorrow. This one says, just make sure fans know how to stay quiet on offense and loud on defense. Pump, we're going to have a crowd. All right. Thank you to Jackson Eck, Lobo linebacker. He was with us today. Thank you to Jerry Palm from Palm Brackets. He, too, was with us today. Those will be available for you wherever you get your podcasts and, then, of course, on our website, sportsanimalabq.com. Heard with Colin Coward is next. The Jim Rome Show's on after that. What do you get today? Today is Thursday. You get Corey Howard this afternoon at 4, and then we get NFL football, 5:30 Cardinals and Seahawks. Adrian, great work on TV. It looks wonderful as it always does. He's J.J. Buck. I'm Jeff Symbieta. Big day for you.
Lobos Colorado College soccer, 7 o'clock tonight.
Ooh, J.J. Buck on the call on the Mountain West Network. Enjoy that. Be good to each other, please. Be kind, loving, caring, and sharing. We'll smell you tomorrow.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now. Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of celebrity green, synthetic putting greens, and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Boswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are One Eastern.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number 1. Cover it with green stuff, 1 scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Turbo Threads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30